आज का टॉपिक रिलेशन बिटवीन डेल्टा एच एंड डेल्टा यू फॉर केमिकल रिएक्शन। डेल्टा एच मीन्स एंथैल्पी चेंज एंड डेल्टा यू मीन्स इंटरनल एनर्जी चेंज। पॉइंट है रिलेशन बिटवीन डेल्टा एच एंड डेल्टा यू फॉर केमिकल रिएक्शन। एंथैल्पी इज डिनोटेड बाय एच। What is enthalpy? तर enthalpy is sum of internal energy and pressure volume work. Enthalpy ही internal energy आणि pressure volume work ची सम असते. Enthalpy H is equal to U plus PV, where U is internal energy. H is enthalpy, which is given by H is equal to U plus PV. H1 and H2 are enthalpy of initial state and final state. Therefore, H1 is equal to U1 plus P1 V1 and H2 is equal to U2 plus P2 V2. Then enthalpy change is given by delta H is equal to H2 minus H1. Then put the value of H1 and H2. Then equation becomes delta H is equal to U2 plus P2 V2 minus U1 plus P1 V1. Then sign changes in second bracket. Equation becomes delta H is equal to U2 plus P2 V2 minus U1 minus P1 V1. Then rearrange the equation. Then equation becomes delta H is equal to U2 minus U1 plus P2 V2 minus P1 V1. अगर प्रेशर कांस्टेंट है तो P1 is equal to P2 is equal to P. Then put P2 as P and P1 as P. Right side में U2 minus U1 is equal to delta U is called as internal energy change. And right side में third and fourth term में P common आएगा. Then equation becomes delta H is equal to delta U plus P common आया इन ब्रैकेट में V2 माइनस V1 पर V2 माइनस V1 इज इक्वल टू डेल्टा V, दैट इज चेंज इन वॉल्यूम. देन एंथैल्पी चेंज डेल्टा H इज इक्वल टू डेल्टा U प्लस P डेल्टा V. Thus this expression gives enthalpy change. If reaction involves solid and liquid states, then delta V is very small, and in this case we can neglect delta V. Therefore equation delta H is equal to delta U plus P delta V becomes delta H is equal to delta U. If reaction involve gas, then delta V cannot neglected. अगर रिएक्शन में गैसेस है तो डेल्टा V cannot neglected. But delta V is equal to V2 minus V1. Then equation becomes delta H is equal to delta U plus P in bracket V2 minus V1. After multiplication, equation becomes delta H is equal to delta U plus P V2 minus P V1. But according to ideal gas equation, PV is equal to nRT, where n is number of mole and V is volume. पर अगर n1 is number of moles and V1 is volume, then equation becomes PV1 is equal to n1RT and n2 is number of mole and V2 is volume, then equation becomes PV2 is equal to N2RT. Then put this both value PV1 is equal to N1RT and PV2 is equal to N2RT in equation of delta H, that is enthalpy change. दिस वैल्यू सब्सटीट्यूट करने के बाद इक्वेशन बनेगा डेल्टा एच इज इक्वल टू डेल्टा यू प्लस एन टू आर टी माइनस एन वन आर टी। एन टू आर टी एंड एन वन आर टी में आर टी कॉमन निकालने के बाद इक्वेशन बनेगा डेल्टा एच इज इक्वल टू डेल्टा यू प्लस एन टू माइनस एन वन इन टू आर टी। पर N2 minus N1 is difference between the moles of product and reactant in gaseous state, and N2 minus N1 is equal to delta Ng. Then equation becomes delta H is equal to delta U plus delta Ng RT. This is the relation between delta H and delta U in chemical reaction. If you like this video, then please share it and subscribe channel.